everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to part 3 of the folio journal with the time-stamped kits from Marty Designs. This is part of my design team project, and today we're gonna make the next folio. This is what we finished last week, and if you haven't seen these videos just yet, I will link the playlist down below. Decorating will come later. I'm just gonna focus on creating the folio first. So let's get on with the next folio. This is the one that we're gonna make. Probably will take 2 videos again as well. So we're gonna start working our way from the back. So we're gonna make this back panel and these 2 pockets first. That's what we're gonna start with. So I actually have my back panel cut again. What I did was I just measured the back side and then I just laid it on top like this, and I lined it up with this bit. So not with the sides, but with the back panel in there, right? So this is the correct size. And then we're gonna have to create the 2 pockets. So for that, you're gonna need another piece of card. I could make my life a bit easier and get some printed paper that I printed on heavy. This is double-sided. I don't need that. Wait, let me see if I have something. These are all horizontal and those are not big enough. I need them. These are A5 vertical. I need this. Yeah, I think this one will work just fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna first make it the right height. Now I want a bit of a border on this, so I am gonna lay it down like that, and then I'm just gonna put a line just a little bit above that as well. So then I'm gonna take my other trimmer and then we're gonna cut off that strip. Right, okay. So now they are the right height. And then I already located the middle by folding it a bit and then make an indentation and then put a pencil mark there, right? And then what I want to do is put this against it, but make sure that the sides are correct, because now this has more white than the other side. So I'm just gonna lay it down like this, and then this is where we need to cut them in half. Okay, like that. Right, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off a sliver of each of these, just to make sure that they don't touch when they open and close, because they're gonna open like this, right? And then you don't want them to be exactly next to each other so that they interfere with the opening and closing. So just take off a sliver of one of them. I think that is enough, and if not, I can take off a sliver of the other one as well. And then what I want to do is I want to measure, well, not measure, I'm just gonna eyeball it really. I want to eyeball where I'm gonna how do you say it again? Score, sorry. So I am gonna score here, and then I'm gonna put this one the other way around, and I think I want it that way. This one is gonna be scored here. Okay, so then I'm gonna take out my scoring board. And where are the lines? I lost them already. Oh, here they are. Okay, so I'm just gonna score it like this. And then I do want a bit of a gusset or a spine. I don't know how to call it, but I don't want a full 1/8 of an inch. So what I'm gonna do is I scored here, and then there's these little rectangles, right? So I'm gonna put my score line halfway on that, yeah, I don't know how to call it, on the rectangle, and then I'm gonna score again, and then it's like the half of 1/8 of an inch, if that makes sense. So I guess it would be 1/16 then, yeah, I guess. And then I'm gonna do the same thing on this one, and then I'm gonna move it just a bit that way, and then score it again, because they don't need a lot of they don't need a big spine or anything, but I do want just a bit. Yeah, all right. And then this will create the pocket, right? We can sew this shot, and then that's actually it. And then we're gonna score it here as well, because this is where we're gonna glue it inside, and that is gonna be the same, just a 1/16 of an inch, so that we can open it and close it. And this will help the pocket to be a bit bigger, and then we can put in a bit more. We can actually put in a gusset in this side as well. You could leave this a bit longer and then score a bit and then fold it inwards. We should have done that, but I just realized that now, and I didn't think of that before, so I'm not gonna do that, but you can actually do that if you're making this. But yeah, this is fine. Doesn't really matter, to be honest, because it will probably only hold a journal card or something similar, so that's not a big deal really. All right, so that's that. And then let's see, where's my back panel gone? Oh, here it is. There you go. Okay, so this is what we're gonna attach it with on the back, and then this will go like that, and then this one will go like this, right? And I do like that, and that's fine. All right, so I am gonna sew these shots so that we can put something in there on top of, on the top part. And I'm gonna do that for both of them. Obviously I'm also gonna ink ink everything, and then I'm gonna pick a piece for the back and sew around that one too. But I am also gonna create a pocket, so let's just do that on camera quickly as well. For the back piece, I think I want this, so I am gonna leave a bit of an edge, just a tiny bit, like that, right? And then got it here. Let's see the height. Okay, wait, let's just put it under. There. Oh, where is my mark? Oh, there it is. Sometimes I feel so blind. All right, that's that. And then I have the acetate, and I'm gonna create a pocket with that on top of this. And I think I'm just gonna lay it on here, and we're gonna do it halfway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some glue, and you won't really see that because we're gonna do some sewing. So just put a dollop on the corners here, and then about halfway in between, something like that, right? Just a few dots, that's all. And then match it with your corners, line it up with the bottom and the sides. That's it. And then, all right, and then we're gonna cut off the excess. All right, and there you have it. And I'm gonna sew around this one to create the pocket. So I'm gonna ink everything, sew around everything, and then I'll be back. All right, so I've got my pieces. Of course, it wouldn't be a Yuri video if I didn't mess up something. So I did. I sewed this one upside down. So I had to make a new one, and I made it with a different piece of paper. So now we have this one. And then I also sewed on the transparent pocket. So we're gonna attach this to here. So I'm just gonna use some glue stick on most of it. Oh. Right, okay. And then a little bit of the art glitter glue, come on the sides, over the stitches mainly, because that's where it might get loose if you don't glue it properly. Right, okay, like that. And then let's see. All right. Okay. And then we're gonna attach the flaps, and then this one is going here and this one is going there. Yeah, like that. Okay, so I'm gonna remove, oh, I'm gonna miter these first just a bit before I forget, and then I'm gonna take off this and add a bit of the glue again, the glue stick, to give me a bit more time. Okay. All right. Like that, and then the other one as well. Come on. Ooh. Oh Lord. Okay. Okay. All right. Maybe I should put this down. Oh no, it's already stuck. Never mind. It's fine. Okay, like that, and then we have our two flaps, like that. And then let's grab the other journal again for reference. So now we need this flap, right? And this flap is gonna have another of those window pockets, but then these are two pockets, and then we're also gonna make some pockets on the other side. So let's make that one first. And we're gonna need another piece of card, and then I'm just gonna lay it on top of this, and I'm gonna mark where we need to start scoring, and this is where we're gonna cut it. Gonna grab the scoreboard, and I think I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do 6 just to be sure that it's enough, and then I'm gonna fold it already a bit. Not really fold it like just maneuver it a bit so that it's round. Right, like that. And then I'm not gonna cut it up just yet because I wanna see. Yeah, so this is fine, but it is a bit, let me see. I think okay, so let's just cut it off here just a bit, right there. And then we're just gonna cut this one, cut it off there as well, just random, no measuring. I mean, okay, so let's cut off this side first. And then let's leave enough that we can glue. And that's it. All right, so let's put it the right side up. So now it's gonna go like this. And that's perfect, right? Okay, and now, yeah. Is it crooked? No, it's not crooked. Okay, so that's that. Then I'm gonna cover both sides with some more tape. Is this too short? Oh no, it is. Is it? No, actually it's just fine. Well, it's not really. Okay, wait, it's not big enough. Let's just take a different piece. We can use that somewhere else probably. All right. Cut off the excess again. Ooh. Okay, and let's do the other side as well. Okay. Oh, I cut off a bit here, but that's fine because that is the side that we're gonna glue down anyway, so you will not see that. Now I am gonna maneuver this a bit again, so now it's nice and round again. And then I'm gonna do the inking. Where is my, oh, here it is. Don't forget to ink the top side because you will see the white where we cut the tape, right? So yeah, I'm gonna ink this off camera, by the way. So now what we need, it's gonna be that way. So we're gonna make pockets on this side, and I think I want to use pockets from the kids. And then on this side, we're gonna create one of those window frames again. So we're gonna need something for the back. And I was thinking these bits are the ones that I cut out of the previous window. And no, let's use these somewhere else. Let's just grab a piece that I want to use for the back side. What did we do on the other one? Here we used the blue, right? Yes, that's the blue. Okay, so I don't want to do the blue again because we just did the blue. So I think I want this as the back, like that. So I'm gonna cut it where this blue starts, and then I'm gonna cut it here. Right. Okay. So this is gonna go on here on the back. Yeah, like that. And now we need something to create the frame. And I think I want the red piece, but it looks like, yeah, I only have it on this thinner paper, so I am gonna print off one more on the thicker card because I don't think I have one, and I don't have a double-sided one anymore either. So yeah, I think I'm out of that one. So I am gonna print off another one of these on thicker card, and then I'll be back. All right, so I got it printed off, and then yeah, I think we just need it to be the same size as this one, right? Because it's gonna go on top. Or maybe let's measure this one and measure it all the way. So we're gonna cut it here, and we're gonna cut it there. Right, okay. And then I'm gonna use my nesting dies again. Just gonna, I think this one might be too big. Where are the other ones? Here they are. So let me grab myself one size smaller. Yeah, this one works better. And then I'm gonna see if I put this here and just mark it here for reference. And then we're gonna put this one here. Then we have this piece in the middle, which we can decorate. So that's fine by me. So yeah, I'm gonna cut out my 2 windows and then I'll be back again. All right, so I've got my frames cut out, and now I do want to ink the edges on the inside. Now, if you don't like that the sides aren't the same size on all of the sides, you can always measure it out. But I honestly don't mind. Okay, so I'm just quickly gonna ink the edges as well. Right, okay, so now I'm gonna add my acetate, and I have a piece left over, so I'm just gonna glue it on there. I'm gonna sew as well, so I don't need a lot of glue. Okay. Like that, and then I'm gonna cut off the excess, and then I'm gonna sew around the edge. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then I'll be back again. All right, I've got everything sewn, so now we can attach it to this and to the back. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my double-sided tape for that. I'm just gonna use one of the thinner strips in the middle so that we create the 2 pockets, and then the opening is gonna be on this side, so we're gonna put tape here as well. Okay, and then tape on the tops and bottom. Okay. Okay, so now I am carefully gonna line up. Okay, wait, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put my glue stick on there again, just in case, because I don't wanna mess up. Just a bit, okay. Carefully line it up. Right, and now we have 2 pockets on the sides. There we go. I love how it turned out. I do have a bit of an overhang here, so I am just gonna cut that off, do some inking quickly, and now we can attach this entire thing here. But I do wanna ink the edges first, so yeah, I'm gonna do that quickly. Okay, that's good enough, and then we're gonna attach this. And then a bit of the other glue on the sides. Alright. And then I'm gonna line it up with this corner and this corner. And there you have it. Oh, I really like this one. Okay, so this is gonna be attached to this side. I think we can actually glue it a bit like that. So, okay. I am gonna do that with double-sided tape, but I think it's, yeah, I think I'm gonna attach it already because I don't want to mess up the acetate pieces, right? So I am gonna glue it on already so that we can work on it like this, and that way the acetate won't be messed up. So I am gonna get my bigger tape then. Oh, I forgot to miter it, but we can do that now. It's no big deal. Okay, and then some glue stick again. And then we're gonna there you go. Now it's attached. Oh, and I love how it looks. Looks really good. Yeah. All right, so that's that side, and then we're gonna put the pockets on this side. Of course, we're gonna need something on the back again. And because we did red here, maybe we do a little bit of the blue again on this side, because we're gonna put pockets with design paper on top. So I'm gonna mark it here and here. Where is the mark? Oh, there it is. The amount of times where I lose the mark like instantly. Wow. Okay, so that's the back panel, right? Yeah, that's good. And then I'm gonna check my kit because we have the ephemera pack, which has pockets, right? And I remember, oh, this wasn't a pocket really. Okay, so there's also this tall pocket. Yeah, we can also use this one and then put a tag in. Let me cut out one and see how it looks, right? Because I might do that, and otherwise we can use these ones. All right. actually do like that. Oh, this is crooked as hell. Okay, wait. I do like that. But we can also use this as the as this one. Wait, let me grab the other one. We can also use it as this one, but then just make it smaller. Yeah, I think I actually want that. So we're gonna save this one for that, and then we will put different pockets on here. And I think I would like to use these ones and stack them, because we also did, well, I did stacked pockets on the other journal as well. So we're gonna use these ones. All right, so now we've got all of them. I do want different, yeah, different openings. There you go. So I'm gonna use my half circle punch, and I'm just gonna do it very narrow on these ones. So I'm just gonna line them up so that we can do it on the same, oh crap. Okay, so then these are the same, and I do think that the big one needs to be the same as well. So I'm gonna line it up once again. There you go. So now we have that. And then let me see. This one can go on top. And then this one can go here. And then, oh, maybe this is not big enough. Okay, how about we don't use the blue one, but we'll do this instead. I think this will look nice as well. Yeah, I like that. So that's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna sew around. I'm gonna ink everything, and then I'll be back. All right, I'm back. Already glued on this piece, and now we need to make some gussets. So I took 2 pieces for this one, and I'm gonna use this one for the smaller pocket. So I'm just gonna cut 2 pieces of scraps. Size doesn't matter really, as long as you can fold it in half. So I'm just gonna fold it like this. Oh, this one is crooked. It's fine, it doesn't really matter, to be honest. You don't see it anyway. All right, so now everything is ready. So I'm just gonna stick these down. Okay, let's do the other side. So now I'm gonna give them a quick ink on the sides. You could actually also sew on those pieces first, or glue those pieces on first and then sew them as well, so that you know they're stuck. Glue works just as fine. Just make sure that you dry it completely before stuffing the pockets so that it doesn't get undone. Now I'm just gonna decide. I think originally I had it like this, smaller one at the bottom and then the bigger one at top, but I think I want to switch it around. I think I like it better when the smaller one is on top, really. Yeah. So I am gonna attach these. Do I want tape? I think I want tape. One here and here as well. Okay. And then I'm gonna there you go. Make sure this gets stuck down really well. Okay. I'm really loving how this one is turning out. I love the papers. It's so good. Okay. Smaller one. Yep, and there you go. All right, so the next thing we need to make is this flap. So we're gonna make a long pocket and then an envelope on this side. And that's going underneath. Yeah, on this, it's gonna be attached on the bottom side. So then it will go over the top of that. And then I was having the idea earlier to use this one instead of a full page. So this is probably what we'll do. I'm just thinking, I do have another one here. I think I want to use this one because we can leave the white edges on that we can use as gussets. So I am gonna cut this one, and I'm gonna cut the bottom as well. And then I'm also gonna take out the white bit like that. And then we need a base. I think for the base we're gonna use something double-sided if I still have that. So let me check my papers quickly because I have a lot, but not a lot is double-sided. Nope. Okay. This one is double-sided. I think I can make this work. Yes. Okay. So what I want to score these edges first. Let's start with that. Let's put this out of the way as well. Where's my thing? Here it is. So I'm just gonna score on the edge of the white. Okay, like that. So then we have the beginning of the pocket, but we need it let me see, I do need this one because we need to figure out if I can use this piece, because I think it might be too narrow, because we also need to attach it on the back and have it fold over. So looking at this bit needs to be wider, so I don't think we can use this piece. I do have this, is also double-sided, and this should work. Yeah, this could work as well, and it is wide enough. I'm just gonna have to see which bit I want to use. We're going to use another piece of paper to create the flap, I guess. Or no, if we just use one piece, we can fold it over to create the flap. Yeah, so let's see. Let's say we would do this, and then this would flip over. That could work. We could use this side, and then we'll have this. The number would be upside down though. But obviously we can, you know, glue something over the top of that. I don't mind the neutral side either. Yeah, and if we do it that way, we don't have enough for... we don't have enough room for a flap going over like this. So I think we're just gonna... Yeah, I think we're gonna use this side. I like the neutral bit here. So I'm just gonna measure quickly where I need to cut. Okay, so let's line it up. There. That's where we're gonna create the crease, and then we're gonna, I don't know, cut it here somewhere. I think that should be enough. So I'm gonna get my scoreboard out again, and we're gonna, and this piece of paper is crooked. Okay, hang on, that means we need to remeasure probably. I'm sorry. Okay, no, it's still right. Okay, it's still okay. So I'm gonna score here. And then I'm gonna score 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 8 lines in total, and then I'm gonna see where I'm at by just rounding it a bit, and then we're gonna, yeah, that should be enough. Obviously there's also going to be something on the other side, so we need to take into account that this will have some filling as well. So if I show you, I have this, so there should be some room, right? And then obviously because it's rounded, you can fold it a bit more that way once it's stuffed, so that you will have enough, so it won't lie open that much, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's correct. And now I wanna yeah, I want to ink this, and I want to ink this piece as well, but I also want to do some stitching on this pocket, and then I'm gonna attach it, because then I know where I need to start scoring the flap that's going over the top. I'm gonna miter this, and I'm gonna miter this. So yeah, I'm gonna do some sewing on this piece here, and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I did some sewing, but I also want to add the brown tape to this piece. Where is it? I have it here. So we're gonna do that too. Okay. And then I'm gonna use that smaller bit, but I need to make sure. So like the flap, this is gonna be the flap, right? So we're gonna cut it somewhere so that it opens. We're gonna probably cut it here, and then this piece will be cut off because we don't need this square here. You will see in a minute. So this piece of tape is a bit too short, but that's actually fine because we're gonna cut that piece off anyway, so you don't see it. So now I don't have to throw away that piece of brown tape. Okay, so I'm gonna glue this one down. And then we're gonna create the flap. Okay. Oh, I keep forgetting that I need to add glue here as well. All right. It's gonna be a Velcro pocket again. So I am gonna cut it. Well, yeah, I can cut this with my scissors. I'm gonna cut it alongside this tape because that's actually where it lines up, like that, right? And then this, we're just gonna miter a bit like that. And we're also gonna, yeah, we're also gonna miter this. I think I mitered it a bit too early, but if we do it on a slight angle here too, it doesn't really matter. Right, okay, so I want to corner around these corners. Okay, and then I'm gonna ink. Also ink the edges really well. We don't want to see any whites. Okay, now we need to score. So I am gonna line this line up, and that's where I'm gonna score, and then I'm also gonna score one away from that to give it a bit of room. Okay, and then we can ink up the top and also the edges again. Right, okay. And then we need a Velcro dot. Right, like that. And now I do need to do some sewing around this as well. And I also don't want to see this piece of tape. So I'm actually gonna, I'm just gonna do it with my scissors. I'm carefully gonna scratch into that. Don't go all the way through or you will mess it up. just a bit like that. Okay, and then make sure you ink this piece again as well. All right, so I am gonna sew around this flap clip quickly, and then we're gonna start on the envelope on the other side. Okay, flap is done. Left on some threads. This is gonna go in here, about here. And now we need an envelope opening on here so that we can slide something in there. Oh, let me get rid of my Velcro pieces. So let's see. What kind of paper do I want on the top? It is gonna be like this. So I don't want anything blue because we have a lot of blue now. So I also have this one. I didn't use this yet, but I don't think that will look nice. I guess we could use this one. Yeah, that looks good. I don't need gussets because it's a big pocket, so I don't think we would need gussets then. So I'm just gonna line it up, and this is where we're gonna cut, and then we're also gonna cut there on that line. Yeah, this one was a bit crooked, but now it's not anymore. All right, so I'm gonna make the same opening as I did earlier. So I'm gonna get my notch punch and line up the edge with the edge of the punch. Oh, and I'm also gonna do that on the other side, and then cut out the excess. Where is my ruler? Here it is. All right, I did some sewing and it's also glued on already now. So now we can attach it to this part. Let me close up this one. This one dries out really quickly if you leave it open. So I'm gonna grab some tape again. Where is it? Here it is. And I'm just gonna, I think starting here. Right, okay. That's that. And then cut off this little piece of excess as well. I'm gonna have to start to think about my next project, really. What we're gonna do after this one. I haven't really thought about that just yet. Okay, so I think I want it offset a little bit to the bottom so that it's not really in the center. Yeah, this is nice. All right. Is it crooked? No, it's not. No, it's not. It's fine. All right, so let's massage it on the back. Make sure that it's stuck, and it is. And then we have this. Now this has a lot of room, as you can see, to grow. So you can fold it here a bit so that it lies a bit more flat, or you can fold it a bit more that way when it gets bulkier, right? So that's why we need bigger gussets there. All right, so let's see what the next bit is gonna be. Next up is these two flaps. Oh, I do see that oh wait. I put the pocket on the outside and the flap on the inside. I just realized that. Oh, it's fine. It doesn't matter. They aren't going to be the same anyway. But if you do want it this way round, turn it around, okay? This time I went for Velcro again because I used it earlier as well. So now we're gonna make the bottom flap that's going over the top of all of this. And then we're also gonna make this flap. And then the flap will have another transparent pocket like this. And this didn't have a pocket. And then we're also gonna create this policy closure. All right, so I picked my two papers. I want the bottom one to have this, because there's going to be a pocket, so there's going to be stuffed in there, stuffed in there. So it doesn't really matter if the background is a bit calmer then. And then I want to use this bit or a piece of this as the flap going over. Now I need to measure the width that we need. That's there. I'm just eyeballing everything. Yeah, like I said, I'm not measuring. I don't like measuring. All right, so that's that. And then we need to determine. Obviously, we cannot use this bit because we need something, you know, to go over the top. So what we're gonna do actually is we're gonna straight away create the gusset. I don't know if this is gonna be wide enough. I actually want to score in between the scores as well, because sometimes I find them to be a bit too wide. I'm not sure if I can see them. Yeah. Okay, so let's see. Will this be enough to attach it with? I think this will be enough to attach it. Yeah, it will be. Yeah, it's just a small border, but with some tape, this is actually more than enough. So this is fine. We can actually do it even further, by the way, because it starts here, right? And we're gonna add some tape to it as well, by the way. So yeah, it's gonna be like this. So now I want to measure how long I want the flap to be, and I think I want it a bit more to the longer side, because if you look here, that's what I did here as well, right? The top one is a bit longer. So I am gonna, let's say, cut it here on this line here, maybe there. I think that should be good. All right, save that bit, and then I'm gonna round the corners. Right, okay, so that's the top flap. And then of course we're also gonna need something to cover the inside with, so we're also gonna do that. And then for the bottom one, this one is thinner paper, so I am gonna have to use some cardstock to make the flap for the inside. And I want this flap to go underneath, obviously, but then go underneath pretty far, so that we make sure it's yeah, it's just closed properly, right? So I am gonna let's measure the width first. This is how wide it needs to be. Right, okay. And then Yeah, like that. So then this is where we're gonna have to start scoring. I scored 8 lines. I'd rather score a bit too much than too little. And there you have it. That's gonna go like this, right? I love it already, even though it's stark white, but it fits really well. It fits perfectly. Yeah, okay. That's this one then. And then I'm gonna be covering it with this. So let's measure, well, not measure, but you know what I mean. Cut it there and cut it here. I believe this is now the exact same size, right? No, it's not, and it's crooked. How is this crooked? I don't know. But I want a bit of an edge, so I'm just gonna take off a few slivers so that we have a bit of an edge. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Right. Now this is gonna be tricky because we do want that same... Oh no, wait. No, we're gonna sew the pocket on top of this, right? Yeah, it's gonna be an acetate pocket on top. Right, okay, so never mind. Forget about that. We're just gonna make the corners round. Right, and then I am gonna ink around everything as well for this side. Oh, I need to pick something for the inside here, by the way, first. Let's see, where's the... I want to see something, because let's imagine that you open it up like this, yeah? The first thing you're gonna see is this, right? So I want something here that matches this aesthetic, but I don't want anything red because we already have red here and here. I don't want anything blue because there's already blue there. So we're gonna have to use something with a pattern. And I just might, no, this is too small. Let's see, do I have any other smaller bits we can use? No. I have a lot of cut-offs, but none of them are really big, to be honest. I guess this could work. Oh no, it's not big enough. I guess we can use this part with the labels. I like those labels, so I do want to use that bit. We're gonna have a bit of a waist on this side then, because I do really want those labels on there. Of course, we need that little bit of an edge, so we're gonna cut it off here. We're gonna cut it off, I believe, there. Well, we'll see about that. We're gonna cut it off here first. Come on. Okay. And then I'm gonna line it up so that I just have a bit of that edge again. Like that. And then I know I'm gonna have to cut here. See, I almost cut it too short there. Right, I do have to get rid of this pencil here. All right, so this is the top fixed now. It should be wide enough. Yeah. right? Okay, and now I'm just gonna fold it in on itself about there, and that's where I'm gonna cut it again. Okay, and then we round these corners as well. Yeah, and this one. Need to make sure I'm rounding the correct ones. Yeah, okay, that's good. So then we have this and that, and then of course on this piece, both pieces, we need to put the tape again, this one. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tape everything, I'm gonna ink everything, I'm gonna sew everything, and then I'll be back again. Right, I've got everything sewn. I didn't put anything together yet because we do need to take into account that we need to add the closures. And to do that, I wanna do that before I attach everything, so you don't actually see it on the other side, right? So I do need the folio to make sure that yeah, so this is gonna go on here. This one I can actually already glue down, and the other one is gonna cover the inside then. So, oh, that's not even true, by the way, because we're gonna do a pocket on top, acetate pocket, so the closure is going on the acetate. Yeah, that's right. I almost forgot. All right, so I'm just gonna glue this on top quickly. Right, and then I need to measure out the acetate. Sorry, I didn't do this yet. I totally forgot. Can we not just snip it? That's where we're gonna cut it. Right, and then I'm also gonna cut a bit from the top, just an edge, not too much. Yeah, just a bit more. And then I'm also gonna round the corners, just so that it looks the same. So this is gonna go on top. You know what? I think I want it lower. How did I do it on this one? I forgot. Let me just check quickly, guys. I want to make sure. Yeah, I did leave a bit of an edge, so it's gonna be even lower. And then I actually don't think we need to round the corners. No, it's fine. Okay, so I'm gonna attach the closure on this bit, right? So gonna leave that here. Wait, let me just, I always forget to close my glue cap. And then this is gonna go on the other side of this, right? And once the closure is attached to this, I am also gonna sew it on the pocket. So I'm gonna sew here and here, and then glue this one on the other side. And then for this one, we could do a bread. Yeah, we could do a bread. So then I do need to attach this one. No, I don't need to attach this one. Okay, so we're gonna do bread, I think, but I first need circles. So I'm gonna take out some of this. Wait, let me just... I'm gonna do 4 because I want them really to be sturdy. So I'm gonna just glue them back to back. And then I also want the blue one, the blue paper, small circles on top. Oh, I hate this thing. Why is it always stuck? Come on. Oh, this is really annoying. It eats my paper. Come on. Jesus. I don't understand why though. Okay, I'm just gonna fold it and hope that it won't eat it again. Yeah, that works better. All right, this paper is not even that thin, to be honest. But okay, so I got it. Let's glue these two pieces together. And then I'm also gonna use my sanding disc to roughen them up a bit. Okay. And then I also wanna, no, I'm gonna sand them first. Sanding just one side, because obviously the other side is gonna be the back side, so you won't see that. Right. And then inking this. Okay. There's glue everywhere. Ugh. There you go. Okay. Right. So that's that. And then I'm gonna have to put the folio like together a bit just to see where I'm gonna mark. Right, so I'm gonna make circles in these first so that I can mark where I need to put the eyelets. Right. Okay, so let's see. This one is gonna go like that, so I want the eyelets to go here. And then this one needs to go here. I'm not sure if I can put this one higher, maybe there. Depends on my crocodile. Oh yeah, it will fit. Okay, wait, let me just grab it. So I am gonna put it there. And then this one needs to be on the acetate. Where is the acetate? Here it is. So I need to lay it on top, and then I'm just gonna try to see. Yeah, okay, I got an indentation on the acetate now. And then I need to hold it in the light so that I can see it. Okay, I saw where it went. Okay, and now I do this. And then I'm gonna grab an eyelet. Now I am gonna grab myself a washer as well, because this is a pocket and things are gonna slide in and out, and I don't want anything to get stuck behind. This is not the right one. Come on. Oh, oh. There you go. Okay. Oh, it needs to go the other way around. That way. This is always very fiddly. Wait, I need to grab it like this. Nope. This is not correct. Oh, I hate doing this on camera. All right, so there you go. Now it's on there. And then we can sew it on here, and then it's actually attached. And then this one as well. I am still gonna do a washer, even though I'm gonna glue it on the other side, but I don't want this to get undone. And then we have a problem because it's underneath something and then you can't fix it anymore. Ooh, we actually do need to attach the other piece first, because otherwise you will see paper through it. Yeah, and that's not nice. So we do need to. I lost my washer again. So I am gonna attach that quickly, and then I'm also gonna sew on the acetate pocket, and then I'll be back. Right, back. Got the eyelets attached, got the pocket sewn on, and the eyelet is attached to the acetate, and then I sewn it on there, and then I covered it on the back. So now we're gonna have to attach them to the base. So I'm gonna miter them a bit. Right, and then this one as well. Okay, it's very exciting because now both of the folios will be finished. And then I'm also gonna cut off this exit, by the way. And then we can start working on the journal, but also start making ephemera bits and such. So maybe we will do making some ephemera next, just to mix it up a bit. And then we can also make more ephemera when we need to for the journal, right? So that way we won't be doing the same thing, like only constructing, I guess. Right, so that's the bottom part. I'm just gonna line it up and then fold it over. And that way I know it's good. Okay, so massage it on the back. And then the top one has a little less room, but that should be fine. Should be just all right. Okay, so make sure all your threads are out of the way, and then I'm gonna, come on, woo, that way. I'm just gonna line it up like that. Okay, so now there you go. Right. Oh, I love it so much. It looks so good. I love it. Yeah. All right. Now we need some blue string again. The same we used earlier. And I think now this hemp cord that I'm using is pretty thick, so that's why I like to double up these ones, these circles, because otherwise they're just too flimsy and they won't be able to take a lot of the threads, right? So I'm gonna cut it there. And what I also like to do is make a knot at the ends. And there they are. Both of the folios are now finished. So I hope you are working along with me. If you are, let me know down in the comments. I hope you are enjoying the make. So yeah, next time we will be making some ephemera for this, or doing some little decorations here and there. And yeah, so that's gonna be the next video next week. I want to thank you all for watching. I really hope that you are enjoying this series that I'm doing. And if you are, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and comment down below. It really helps my algorithm if you comment and like the videos, because that way the algorithm will pick up my videos and it will be shown to a wider public, meaning that more people will be able to find my videos. So yeah, that's greatly appreciated. I want to thank you all, and I want to wish you a nice day wherever you are, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.